What's going on, everybody? My name's Nathan. I'm the dad from the Fandom Fam, and today we are doing a ranking and review of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Um, I thought it'd be a little fun to do a little ranking of all the characters we got to meet in the show. And so I found this ranking chart on a website online. So we're gonna do that, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. And then a little bit at the end of that, we'll do a little review of the entire series as a whole. So, yeah, let's get started. All right. So I found this list online. Um, I did not come up with any of these like tier names, so let's just go through them real quick. The top tier is called My Shaylas. Um, if you're on the internet a lot, uh, it's basically S tier. It's like the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the best characters of the show. They go up here, okay? Then Who Dat in the back. These are people that it's like A tier. It's like they're not the very best, but they're really good characters. They're strong. I like where they went. I thought they were really well done, and so um, yeah, that's where they go. Okay, let's go is like B tier, so they're like kind of average, a little bit above average actually. Um, More like I like them. There may have been some stuff about them I didn't like, but they were okay. I enjoyed them. Um, then we have boring, yawn, sloppy, lazy characters I just didn't care about. You know, that this is the C tier of it. And then at the bottom, which is D tier, we have poop from the booty hole. And real quick, we're just gonna get this one out of the way right here and put right there. Um, that's an obvious. He is by far the worst character in the show. Um, we were putting Adam in poop from the booty hole. Um, uh, Adam had some good moments there at the end. Um, he is who he is, and he is that way unapologetically. He knows he can be a jerk. He's aware that he's a dick, but he also cares about his sons, and he made that known in the last few episodes. He gave some good advice to Conrad at the end, and he said some good things to Jeremiah at the end. But besides that, horrible person, horrible person. He belongs in the D tier, the bottom tier. No, I don't want to hear no if, ands, or buts about it. Um, all right, should we go in order? Or should I bounce around here? Um, we're gonna bounce around here. I'm gonna get rid of some of these other ones. We're gonna do her. I forgot her name. We're gonna put her right here. I forgot her name. She was the girl that dated Conrad in season one. Um, and we saw her for a second in season two. But she was fine. I thought that she was a nice girl, but I didn't like when when Conrad started to fall for, or not fall for Belly, but started to express his feelings for Belly, and she started to realize that Conrad liked Belly more than he liked her. She like took it out on Belly, like it's Belly's fault. That was dumb. Okay, that's stupid. I hate that. I hate when people do that stuff. Um, so she goes there. Okay. Who, along with her goes this girl, Steven's lover in season one. She was just boring, lazy. I don't care about her at all. She's just meh. Um, yeah. So she's gonna go there. Okay. Who is this girl? I won't have to come back to her. I can't remember who she was. All right. Let's get some good characters going here. I'm gonna start off on the obvious one. Okay. We're gonna take this main dude Conrad, and we're putting him up here in Mashelas. Conrad is the goat. He is the best character in this entire show. Um, And this is coming from a guy that hated him in season one. I did not like him in season one, but I am a sucker for character arcs in shows. I like it when a character from the beginning of a show can go from being a horrible person or a horrible or just someone I don't like to becoming like an amazing character. Um, to me, it shows. I love it when a character can show growth, uh, and yeah, and that's what Conrad was. Season one, couldn't stand him. I didn't like how he bottled stuff in. I felt like he was not emotionally mature enough to be in a relationship with anyone. And then by season three, he has that. He's going to therapy. He's working on himself, and it showed because he was way more open. Like if he was thinking something, he was coming out and saying it, no matter how hard that conversation might have been. And I love it. And because of that, that's why he ends up with Belly at the end. He ends up with her because he confesses her love to her at the beach. And that's because he was going to therapy. He worked on himself and then came back and confessed his love and was open to Laurel and was open to Jeremiah and didn't back down. And that's why he ended up with the one he loved, with the girl he loves. So Conrad went from someone I couldn't stand to my favorite character of the whole show. Okay, he was awesome. All right. I think we should just go in order from here. Okay, we're gonna go with Steven, and I think he deserves A tier. Um, Steven was another character I didn't really care for in season one, and I felt like he wasn't gonna be a character around that often from season one. I don't know why. I know he's Belly's brother, but I didn't think they were gonna do anything with this character. I really liked them a lot more, him and Taylor a lot more in season two when they started to get together, and I was like, okay, I kind of like these guys. I'm kind of enjoying their little side story. Um, and then they went back down for me at the beginning of season three. Excuse me, because they were both cheating. They weren't together anymore, him and Taylor, and then they were both cheating. And but then at the end they end up together, and you know I'm just gonna put Taylor there too because I think she deserves to be there as well. Um, Taylor annoyed the crap out of me at the beginning, and then also same thing with Steven. I liked that those two got together, and then she kind of was cheating as well as Steven in season three. Didn't like that, so I was like, what are they doing to these characters? They're ruining them. But then they had some good character arcs at the end of season three. They're together. I feel like they're very now stable and secure in each other. I feel like they could honestly get engaged at the end, and everyone would have been okay with it because they felt like the most solid couple at the end of the show. Um, and I liked the emotional maturity with them as well. They were talking at the end. You know, they hard conversation. You know, Steven was afraid to bring up the California thing to her, but they talked about it and they worked it out, and now they're good. And that shows that they can survive as a couple, and so I like them there. Okay. Alrighty. Uh, okay. Where do we go from here? Aunt Julia. Uh, I'm actually gonna put her in C tier. Um, I kind of liked her. I'm gonna put Sky there too. Sky and Aunt Julia, I'm gonna put in C tier. Um, so let's focus on Aunt Julia for a second. Aunt Julia, I liked that I at first it was like I could understand where she was coming from a little bit, but we didn't have a lot of information about her. I liked the little moments we got of her and Susanna. That house just wasn't for her. I liked that she was able to give in to selling the house to Adam and that whole thing. I like that everything worked out. She actually is a nice lady. I was a little bummed that we didn't get to see her pretty much at all in season three, or Sky for that matter. I thought they were great additions to the show, and I liked their dynamic. But I guess their kind of story was over because they did sell the house to Adam, and so there was no need to hang around. But I enjoyed her. I thought she was a good character for season two, as well as Sky. I thought Sky did a great job in the show. Kind of got put in like the middle of uh, the aunt and the kids fighting, but Sky handled it perfectly. So Sky deserves to be right here as well. I really like them. Let's see. Uh, all right. We're gonna do Belly last. We're gonna do Belly last. um, Partly because I'm still debating on where I'm putting her. Okay. This is the girl that Adam started to date, correct? He brought her to when Susanna was still alive, I believe, because that looks like the cousin's house. Um, I don't know why she's in here. We're gonna put her from poop from the butt. Uh, just because we saw her for like one, maybe two episodes, and she was kind of nice, but like you're dating Adam, you're an idiot for doing that. So you go down there, and I don't care about you at all. Um, she also could be right here. I'm not. I'll just leave her right here actually, because she was nice. She was nice to Belly and stuff. She was put in that awkward position, but at the same time, don't ever date Adam. Um, so I think Susanna was still alive, right? Or was this in season two? I can't remember. I I don't even know why she's on this freaking list. She's dumb. She can just go there. I feel like Adam needs to be in his own tier because he is the worst person in this whole show. All right, we're gonna go Laurel. All right, maybe controversial take. I'm putting Laurel down here. Okay. Um, she could be here, but I'm gonna put her here. I feel more comfortable putting her here. Um, Laurel made me mad a lot throughout the whole series. I felt like she was not the best mom a lot of the time. Gave horrible advice um, for her child, and I didn't like that she fought. I mean, I get why she fought so hard against the wedding. I didn't like the wedding either, but without Conrad, she would have never came, and that would have been the biggest mistake of her life. Because imagine the wedding still doesn't work out. She's not there. Belly runs off to Paris by herself and doesn't have that relationship with her mom anymore. Like, holy crap. Belly would have been like the whole like it could have been so much worse than it was. And so I do like that like honestly, she could have been down here if she stayed this way she was. Um but for the first few seasons, she kind of bugged me. She was very overprotective of Belly, and I don't know. I just felt like she wasn't the best mom. She goes here. For me, she uh, the first few seasons, I would have put her right here. The ending, I thought she was a great mom at the end. She came to the wedding. She sucked up her pride. She supported Belly, even though she thought she was making a mistake. And then when Belly realized she was making a mistake and the wedding was off, she was still there for Belly. Um, it was probably hard for her when hearing Belly was staying in Paris for so long, for like 2 years pretty much. She'd call. You could tell, it's painful as a child, or painful as a mom to have your child be somewhere like that. I couldn't even imagine. So that made me want to put her up here. But overall, I feel like even it out, right here is a good spot for her. Okay, maybe controversial, maybe not. Um, okay, so I feel like, gosh, I feel like this tier, the boring, yawn, and lazy, should not even be on here because, like, yeah, they're better than Adam, but yeah, and that's I'm gonna add one more person to it. This chick, Conrad's friend. It was good that Conrad had a friend in California, but I didn't care for her character at all. Um, I didn't really care when she was on the screen. She gave good advice sometimes to Conrad, but she just basically teased him all the time. Like, and that was her advice: is I'm just gonna tease you until you do the right thing. I just didn't care for her, so she goes there. That shouldn't be controversial. All right, Susanna. Susanna is A tier material for me. I loved Susanna. I thought she was great. The only reason I wouldn't put her in S tier um, is because I feel like she did pressure her sons to date Belly a little bit, and kind of. I mean, they all love Belly, and regardless of what she said, I feel like Belly and Conrad were always gonna have a thing for each other. But she did kind of, you know, create a controversy between the brothers by saying one of my sons is going to marry Belly someday. That's not the best thing to do. That's the only reason she's not an S tier for me. Besides that, she was great. She was fun loving. Um, she didn't let the cancer like depress her. She wanted to just live her best life still. I love her. I was heartbroken at the beginning of season 2 when they said she died. I was hoping that somehow she would have pulled through and fought the cancer and won. And so I was really sad and heartbroken that she left. Yeah, I pretty much have no problems with her except for the ones I just talked about. And so that's why she's not an S tier. I think A tier is a great place for her. And then let's see. Let's bounce around a bit. We're gonna go right here. My boy Cam Cameron is going right up here to S tier. Conrad will not be alone in this tier. Cam Cameron, I mean, he's got some viewpoints I don't agree with. I'm not vegetarian or vegan or anything like that. You know, I don't necessarily agree with that type of ideology, but if you do, I don't care. Like that's great. Um, but as far as like relationship and character, he is the nicest person in the world. He was so kind to Belly, so kind to everyone. Um, just really enjoyed his character. I thought he was just an amazing guy. He would be an amazing boyfriend for anyone that wanted to date him. Um, I hope that him and Sky got together. They kind of had their thing in season 2. It didn't really say if they were gonna date or not, but they had a moment together, and I liked it a lot. And I was rooting for Cam Cameron all the way, from beginning to end. He was awesome. He deserves to be right behind Conrad. Um, all right, we are gonna go with Denise. Gosh, this one's actually kind of hard for me. I feel like she needs to be either here or here. There was parts of her that I really liked that want to make me put her here, but she was only around for one season, and most of her time was just like with Steven, which didn't really make me care at all. But I do like her with Jeremiah, and I kind of want to put her here because I like what she's done for Jeremiah. And so, back and forth, where do I put her? Um, I think I'm gonna put her here. I think I have to. Uh, I think at first I didn't care for her character that much, but thinking about it, she only had one season to kind of impress me, and she did by the end. She gave Jeremiah what he needed. Um, Not what he wanted, but what he needed. And I like that they do kind of end up being together at the end. Will it work out long term? Who knows? You know, maybe they're not perfect for each other at the end, but maybe they are. And one of my problems with Belly and Jeremiah being together was Belly was babying him like she was his mom. You're not getting that with Denise. Denise is gonna slap you and be like, "Pull yourself together, man." Like, she's not gonna put up with that crap. And I like that. And that's kind of what Jeremiah needed. Um, and so I like this. I like this a lot. I like her, yeah, being with Jeremiah a lot. I think it helps him a lot, and I think that's a good fit. Actually, they're like kind of opposites, but they need each other. Some people need someone who's opposite with them, and sometimes people need someone who's just like them. Relationships are different for everyone. So I think that goes good there. Jeremiah, let's do him next. Jeremiah is gonna go right here. Okay. Before the last few episodes of season 3, Adam would have had a partner down here. No joke. I couldn't stand Jeremiah. The faces he would make, he was so petty and jealous of Conrad. For no reason. He hated his brother. He'd pretend like he liked him and be like, "Yeah, it's my best friend, it's my brother, man." Like this frat boy energy, fun loving, blah blah blah. Horrible partner, horrible brother. Conrad's hurting. He doesn't care. But I love the conversation he had with Conrad at the end. I like the emotional growth that he had just with the last few episodes that we had. Um, and so I'm putting him here. Uh, if there was more show and we got more of him and he continued to grow, he could eventually be up here because I like character growth. Um, I like that. Uh, but I just the majority of the season he was down here. He earned his way up to here with the last few episodes. I like that he got his crap together. It takes a really strong man to forgive people. And did he fully forgive Conrad the last time they spoke? Not really. But then there's some time had passed. We got to know that Conrad was messaging him, let him know that he went to Paris. So they're working on it, and that's great. Um, and he's okay with it. He's kind of made peace with it. Will it still bother him for a while? Yeah, probably. Um, but I liked what Denise said to him, just like stop comparing yourself to your brother. You're not your brother. You're your whole person type of thing. I love that moment. I love the moment with him and his dad at the end. So I think he had some growth. He deserves to go there. Um, so yeah. All right. Cleveland is another S tier character for me. I loved Cleveland, and I was actually really bummed that Laurel didn't end up with Cleveland at the end. Um, they kind of hinted that Laurel might be kind of back with her ex-husband, might be, which I like. But Cleveland was such a good dude. He helped Conrad at the beginning with opening up. Um, great advice. Was super kind to all the kids. Helped Laurel as well become a better mom. Cleveland was awesome, and I'm actually really bummed that we saw him for a tiny bit, tiny bit in season 2, and then nothing at all in season 3, and that really bummed me out, to be honest. If they do the movie, I'd love to see more of Cleveland, um, and because we do have some open books with like Denise and Jeremiah and Laurel and Cleveland and the ex-husband, I forget his name. So there are some open books that I would love that they, if they do the movie, that they close those chapters. Um, but yeah, we're gonna go with Belly's dad, Laurel's ex-husband. I think he's A tier. Um, you know, I thought when he was gonna first show up that he was gonna be a douche. I mean, Laurel was kind of seeing this Cleveland guy, and he was just kind and he was nice, and everything I saw of this dude lets me know that the reason he's not married to Laurel still was probably because of Laurel. Um, he was an awesome guy. He was really nice. He was always there for his kids when they needed him to be. He kind of got crapped on here and there for no reason, but he was just a good guy, all in all, throughout the show. With the limited information we have about him, I just liked him a lot. Um, and so it doesn't bother me too much if Laurel decided to get back together with him because he was a good guy and I did like him a lot. But I liked Cleveland more. So, alrighty. The let's just get out of the way. No, I'm just kidding. No, I said Adam is the only one going in the bottom. Um, but this is gonna be controversial. She's not up here for me, and she's not here. She's actually right here. Um, she honestly could be here, but she had some good moments that I will give her credit for, and then some moments that really upset me that I could have put her down here and been fine with it. Um, I think Belly deserves to be in the middle. Uh, Pros, she does end up with Connor at the end. She does grow at the end a little bit, not enough for me to like fully trust her, but she had that moment where she goes, you know what, I'm being dumb. I do love Conrad. I'm going after him, and I loved that, and that really raised her up for me. And showed me that she is growing and like take a chance. You know your feelings for him. Your feelings for him are like none other. You don't feel that, you never felt that same way for Jeremiah or anyone else. That love burned harder and stronger for Conrad more than anyone else. And so I like that she chose him in the end. I don't understand why we're getting a movie. unless they have kids, and yeah, it's like a future thing or whatever. Then I'm okay with it. Um, and do like a summer at the cousin's house, the whole movie. That'd be fun, but it's really not needed. Um, Cons, why she's lower than these ones. I mean, she caused the drama in the show. She got drunk at the worst times. She made the worst decisions constantly. She got engaged to this dude, Jeremiah, literally right after he cheated on her, and she went through a traumatic event of almost losing her brother. That makes no freaking sense. She was not using her brain at all. Um, she made horrible decisions and didn't think about anyone but herself the whole time. And then baby Jeremiah, the whole time they were together, um, but couldn't baby Conrad uh, when he was going through the hardest time of his life. Some people in the comments have brought up some good moments, like that's because it hurts more when Conrad when it's just the little things, because the love was so strong with Conrad, where the love isn't as strong with Jeremiah, so it doesn't even hurt as much, even though he cheated. And you can all say, "Oh, it's not cheating because they were technically broke up." It was a week. They were broken up for 1 week. You don't go have sex with someone twice after that. Okay, that's so dumb. Um. Anyways, Belly deserves to be in the middle. She caused a lot of the drama, but the show is about her, and she did make the correct choice at the end. And I do like the ending. I like that she did go to Paris to find herself. At first, I didn't like it because she was just running away from all her issues, and that's just kind of what she'd been doing the whole series. And then, with the cheating, with everything, but then she stayed there. She toughed it out. She did something really difficult to do, which is live in a foreign country by yourself with nothing. That had to have been really hard. She grew as a character there a little bit, and she made the correct choice. So she deserves to be in the middle. Made horrible decisions that should put her down here. Good decisions that should put her up there at the end. So even it out, she goes in the middle, in my opinion. So this is my ranking. It is the correct ranking of this show. Um, and I just gotta say, as a quick review of the show at the end, I loved it. I mean, I don't watch drama, romance stuff like at all. I've seen some movies, like I've seen The Notebook, and I've seen other romance movies, and I've liked them. They've always been good to me. They're just not ever my like cup of tea. It's not something I would normally like pick out for myself to watch. Um, so I'm glad my wife recommended this for me. This was a good show. I liked the ending. I liked the payoff at the end. I knew about the Jeremiah Conrad controversy, but I didn't really know too much about it at all going in. I didn't know any of the details. I just knew that at the time I started watching, there was a Team Jeremiah, Team Conrad. So I was like, all right, cool. It's about these two brothers and this girl. So, um, I, yeah, the show was great all around. The ending was, I think, a perfect ending to the show. I don't think it could get any better than what it was. Um, it did what it needed to do. It's a drama, obviously, so it created drama, which at times made me wanted to punch my freaking monitor. But but there were moments that, but it also made it so those moments that were really good hit really hard. Um, the actors did incredible. They did an incredible job with their characters. I felt emotionally attached to a lot of these characters, from everything from B up, the okay let's go to my Shayla's. I felt like I had like some sort of a connection with that character. I liked them. I really did, and so uh, yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. And overall, the show was great. I'd give it, like 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like it's really good. Um, I would recommend anyone watch it, and yeah, and I'm excited to start the new shows, and I hope people stick around for that because I loved having the people that were here for the show. I loved all your guys' comments and how passionate about you are about the show. It made doing the show a lot more fun for me. I do a few other shows like by myself that are like anime and a comedy one, and they were kind of hit and miss. I have some that really got hardly no views and no engagement. And it made it, even though I loved the shows and I loved watching those shows. They're great shows. It made it harder to do the reactions because I'm like, people don't care about it. But this, you guys made this really fun for me. I loved the engagement, all the comments you guys left were a lot of fun. Um, there's so many times where I'd be like, I thought I had something figured out and I thought like I was on the right track. And then one of your guys' comments would be like, well, maybe it's because of this or such thing. And I'd be like, I didn't even think of that. That's like such a good point. And so I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I am super excited for you guys to see my reactions to the other shows. I hope you guys stick around. I hope you subscribe. Hope you enjoyed these as much as I enjoyed doing them. And hopefully I see you guys down the road. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Goodbye.